Have you ever felt like you were standing on the edge of giving up? Felt as if every effort was like throwing salt into the ocean, and the wall in front of you was so high that it seemed impossible to climb? I have, and the story I am about to tell might make you smile and realize that sometimes those walls are actually just a grain of sand. That day was a Friday night. Instead of going out with friends, I chose to stay at the office. An important project was entering its final stage. Everything was almost perfect. There was just one small module left, one final function that needed to be completed. I imagined myself closing the laptop, breathing a sigh of relief, and enjoying a full weekend at last. But life rarely goes as planned. When I ran the program, a series of bright red error lines appeared. System error, cannot compile, undefined reference. My heart tightened. Everything had clearly been checked carefully. I began reviewing each line of code. 1 hour passed, then 2. The computer screen was still glowing with incomprehensible text, while the night outside grew thicker and darker. I checked the logic, the algorithms, the variables, the functions. I tried rewriting several sections. I consulted documentation and searched through famous programming forums like Stack Overflow. Dozens of browser tabs were opened, each one a ray of hope, only to be extinguished moments later. Some solutions seemed related, but none truly solved my problem. Fatigue began to wash over me. My eyes burned and my back ached. I stood up and made myself a cup of very strong coffee. The bitterness of the coffee could not drown out the bitterness in my heart. I looked out the window at the city lights, sparkling and vibrant. Somewhere out there, people were enjoying their lives while I was imprisoned by lifeless lines of code. A sense of helplessness began to take over. Maybe I should give up, a voice whispered in my head. Maybe I'm not cut out for this profession. Maybe I'm actually incompetent. Negative thoughts poured out, like a raging flood, threatening to wash away the last traces of my confidence. I thought about deleting everything and starting over. I even thought about writing a resignation letter the next morning. But then, something held me back. Maybe it was my stubborn nature, or maybe it was the image of colleagues who trusted me. I couldn't let them down. I told myself, just try a little longer, just a little more. I returned to my desk, took a deep breath, and decided to do something I should have done from the beginning. I checked the most basic things again, the things I believed could never be wrong. I started reading each line of code, not to find logical errors, but to check the syntax, mechanically, slowly. And then it was there. Lying quietly at the end of a line of code was a tiny oversight, so small it was almost ridiculous. A semicolon. Just one missing semicolon. An entire complex system, thousands of lines of code, intricate algorithms, all collapsed because of that single forgotten character. I had spent the entire night wrestling with despair over something so small. For a moment I didn't know whether to cry or laugh. I sat there, staring at the screen. Then a laugh burst out. At first it was just a chuckle. Then it grew louder and louder, turning into a hearty, uncontrollable laugh. I laughed at my own foolishness. I laughed at the irony of life. I laughed because I had finally found it. I added the semicolon and pressed compile. The green words success appeared on the screen. The program ran smoothly and perfectly. The feeling at that moment was indescribable. It was not just relief from finishing the work, but a profound realization. That night, I learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes the failures that make us want to collapse The problems that seem unsolvable actually stem from the smallest things. We often tend to look for complex reasons, blaming circumstances, fate, or our own abilities. We forget that sometimes all we need to do is step back and recheck the basics. Life is very much like writing code. There will be times when you encounter errors, broken relationships, failed projects, goals that seem impossible to reach. You will feel stuck, hopeless, and ready to give up. But before you do, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and check your semicolon. The problem may not be far away at all. It may lie in a careless remark, a hasty action, or a prejudice you've never re-examined. Maybe all you need is a sincere apology, an honest conversation, or simply a different perspective. Failure is not scary. What is truly frightening is allowing the fear of failure to turn small semicolons into enormous, insurmountable walls. Don't let a tiny mistake make you doubt an entire wonderful program you are building for your life. The next time you feel like giving up, remember the story of the semicolon. Remember that after every long, dark night, the light of success and realization is always waiting ahead. All it takes is enough patience to find it. Thank you for listening. If you have had similar experiences, please share your story in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can explore more meaningful stories together. See you again in the next videos.